Hello, you're watching The Annuity Show, and I am so excited to be joined today by certified financial fiduciary and the featured expert in the book, A Journey to Financial Security, Elise Roberts. She's going to share with us how annuities can be a powerful tool in legacy planning. Elise, let me ask you, start off, how do annuities help ensure that assets pass smoothly to heirs?
The main thing about annuities is that they are beneficiary driven. When it comes to legacy, passing the money, that's what they're built to do. The old annuities were different. There are some annuities out there that sometimes it didn't work so smoothly. It was different. Today, 100% of the money you put in, all the gains, if there was any extra monies that were placed there, those will pass. And in some cases, the monies can pass right away. I think it's really important to know, how does the money pass? When does it pass? As soon as the death certificate is delivered to the company, then it's a process, probably takes 15 days, maybe max, to process that check to the beneficiary. So they're beneficiary driven, and every dime that you put in an annuity will pass to who you say. Now, there's some things from the old annuities that, you know, if you choose a certain way and you die, there is no money. Those are of the past. However, they're out there, so people have to be careful.
Right.
But if you're doing this for legacy planning, we're going to be choosing an annuity that's going to pass every dime you put in, all the gains you made, or any free monies the company might have given you as a perk. So it's really important. And whether they get the money right away or over time depends on the choices they make.
Okay.
So it's really up to the person who owns the annuity.
Yeah, that was actually going to be another one of my questions, is how quickly can beneficiaries get that check after their loved one passes?
Right away.
Really?
Right away. And in the case where the annuity is going to pay out an extra bonus to that beneficiary, those might have a time frame. And here's a common one, a 5-year payout. So they got an extra 45%, let's say, because that's, or 40%. There's some of those out there today. That extra money is offered for a death benefit. So if the person passes and the beneficiary chooses, I want all the money right now, they don't get that 45% extra money. If they choose that 5-year payout, that's how they get it. So there's different companies, different options, different features, and we'll just build that around the client, whatever they want. And it depends. You know, if you're leaving your money to a charity and you're wanting your estate to get that write-off, like you want to maybe pay it out over longer periods, there's ways to do that as well. So,
as always, you're making it very tailor-fit for each individual client, which I think is so important. Let me ask you, this might be a kind of a broad question, but I'm curious, what are the advantages of an annuity over other estate planning tools like a trust or a will?
So the good thing is they're totally different. The annuity is the annuity. That's where you put the money. The trust is the house that protects the money, the annuity. Okay, whether the money's in a stock, bond, or annuity. The trust is the house that holds it, to protects it. Annuities are probate free. And the reason most people use a trust is to keep their valuable assets, their home, their money, from going through probate and causing the family a headache.
Right.
And it's a timely, costly process. So they use trust to protect. And attorneys do trust. So I wouldn't be telling someone or putting them and writing the trust document.
Right.
But we will work together to make sure they have someone who does that. And that is an attorney, okay? So no one else does that. Like if you're a financial advisor and you're not an attorney, you're not writing the trust, we work together with the attorneys to make sure it's everything the client wants. But the trust, what I love about the trust is you can be very specific to tell the trust, this is what I want when the money gets passed. So the money flows through the trust, and the trust then knows that Johnny gets this percentage, or, you know, the Humane Society gets this amount, all those specifics. So the death benefit could be given to the trust, and then the trust does and fulfills your wishes.
Right.
Okay? So the trust is what's going to protect all the detailed wishes you have. The annuity, which is beneficiary driven, makes sure that every dime you don't use for yourself passes to who you say. And using the trust, it would all flow to the trust. Some people don't have a trust. The beneficiaries are what drives the annuity. So when you put down your 2 grandchildren are going to get this money, and you don't have a trust, they're going to get the money.
Right.
Okay, and it's probate protected anyway because it's an annuity. So you don't really have to put an annuity in the trust. It could be the beneficiary of the annuity. Sometimes I have cases where the trust needs to be the owner because I just had this happen. I'd love to share this.
Yeah.
The gentleman's 84. His girlfriend is 69.
Okay.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
And they both had their lives and they met at an older age. They're together and he wants to do something nice for her. And so he's building her an income stream when he's gone.
Oh.
It's so beautiful. It's just, and if something happens, he wanted her family to get the money. Oh. So if something happens to her,
right.
When he passes, then even though his trust owns the account, in case something different happened with them, they can make changes, right? So he's protecting himself in many ways. However, he's just a generous person, and he wants to take care of this young lady. She's 69, but to me, she's a young lady when you compare it to 84.
Right.
And he's just a very smart guy. He came to me and he goes, here's what I want. And he kept throwing out all these specifics, and we kept shifting here and moving there, and finally found exactly what he wanted to work exactly the way he wants. And he's really, really happy because he's thinking about when he's gone, the legacy. His trust already has all this set up for his family,
right.
And now he's trying to help protect the younger girlfriend. So,
I love that.
Yeah,
why do you think that more people don't consider annuities when they're thinking about their legacy planning?
I think they probably don't realize this is a simple way to help protect. Let's say it's a plan that has a death benefit that'll give you 45% more money. You just helped pay for estate taxes with that money because maybe you can't get life insurance. Right. The other way to pay for estate taxes is a life insurance tool because you put up this smaller amount and you get this huge amount when you pass, and that's tax-free. So what's tax-free when you put money in an annuity is the amount you put in, as long as it's not an IRA or something you've never paid tax on. So if you've never paid if you've already paid tax on the money, like in the case of this gentleman, so the first amount that you put in, that's the part you're going to get tax-free. You're going to pay tax as a percentage. They use a ratio factor, and the difference is the money you made, that's taxable. Okay,
right.
That's taxable at the recipient's tax bracket at the time that it's received. So there's so many features, but most people don't realize annuities can play a huge part in legacy planning.
Yes, absolutely. Again, I've learned so much from you. I always do. I'm sorry to say we've reached the end of our time today. Before we go, I want to remind you, as I've just learned, that annuities can help you pass on more than just money. They can help you pass on security and intention. So reach out to Elise and her team today. Their number is 888-526-4184, or you can go to theannuityshow.com or just scan the QR code you see on your screen. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We'll see you next time on The Annuity Show.